I got a surprise twist on this one for the end. Hi, I'm Phil. Welcome to Pretty Good Cooking.
Pretty good.
Vinny would like to go outside. Here he is. You want to go outside? Tonight in the show, I'm going to show you how to make a version of Frito Pie. That's right, Frito Pie. I think that was one of like the two things that Peggy Hill used to know how to make. It's Frito Pie with Wolf Brand chili. It's not what we're making. Frito Pie comes from the Southwest. I think some people would say it comes from Texas, but as soon as you talk about Texas, then you know it's one of those things. I don't know. I just don't want to stir the pot unless that pot is what I'm cooking in. We're going to start today by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. I'll give you my regular spiel, which is PGC has returned to its roots, which is we are documenting what I am cooking for dinner on a Tuesday night on Wednesday. I do actually know what day it is today. There's two main versions of Frito Pie as I understand it. One is in a casserole or pie pan. The other is in a bag of Fritos, kind of like a marching taco or walking taco, which, is that more popular in the Midwest? Do Texans just eat more Fritos or something? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, unless you're from Texas, and then don't. Okay, so typically in the chili version, you have the ground beef. And I ain't got anything against ground beef, but what I have handy today is ground pork. It's ground pork from the farm that is very dark in color, very high quality meat. If I were to cover this up, it would probably be believable that that's ground beef. So just squint or turn the resolution on your YouTube video down to 240p, and this is ground beef today for us, but it's pork. Here's our pork. Just managed to spray my arm with pork juice. I'm real happy about that. I'm gonna start browning that. I'm not gonna get real fussy with this tonight, so this is gonna be, there's gonna be less focus on technique. Even less than normal, I'd say. So I didn't let the pan heat up or nothing, it's just in there. All right, here I have half an onion minus what would you say it is? Minus a sixth, minus an eighth. So if you do the math, 1/2 minus 1/6 to 1/8 is 1/2 minus 1/7, which is 6/14. No, it doesn't matter. Just chop some onion. All right, so while we're at it, we're gonna add some garlic.
Wait, is it burnt on?
No. And also, listen, John, it wasn't, not only was the burner not on, it also wasn't just like I did not light the burner and we were huffing gas. It just wasn't on. Like I said, we're not going to emphasize technique tonight. Okay, I'm going to do 2 cloves of garlic. This garlic I grew. Got a good taste, a good flavor. Let me see if the dogs can be, oh, the door is open. Oh.
They were alerting you of the danger.
The door was open. Explains it all. Yeah, so I grew this garlic. It has the good taste, big, strong, good taste. But if you don't like working with garlic, use garlic powder or garlic. Garlic would be a comfortable ingredient in this. The garlic. All right, I'm just gonna rough chop that. I smashed the cloves to peel them, so that gets me part of the way. But we'll just do big hunks of garlic today. No one will complain. All right, let's get some seasoning. If you had pre-mixed taco seasoning, this would be a great use for that. I would love to hear your viewer recommendation on pre-made taco seasoning, because I have not found one that I like. So let me know what you recommend. Maybe I'll try it sometime. All right, so most taco seasoning has garlic powder. So there's our depth of garlic flavor today. We got onion powder, cumin, some oregano, lots of chili powder, lots of chili powder. Chili powder is the flavor. We use a lot of it. Also, some versions of this will use enchilada sauce, and you can kind of replicate the flavor of enchilada sauce with some chili powder. We'll use a little cayenne, not much, for the sake of John, and we'll do just a quick pinch of flat iron pepper flakes, just for smoky element, just a tiny bit. No heat, just smoke, really, that's what we're doing. All right, and we'll start breaking things up. Add some salt and some pepper. Okay, so we're doing casserole styles today. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna oil this casserole a bit. If you wanna grease it otherwise, that's fine. I'm just gonna take a paper towel and run it around. We're using Fritos today. I got the scoops. They're great for dipping. So my logic today is we'll just do a layer on the bottom like that, and we're gonna reserve some of these Fritos for the top. So it's gonna be like Frito mush, chili kind of stuff, and then more Fritos on top. I got a surprise twist on this one for the end. So if you think this is boring, well, you're like, wow, chili on chips, wow. Don't worry, we'll spice it up in the end. Here's a little bourbon and tea. You want a beer? John? A couple weeks ago, I had the extreme pleasure of meeting longtime PGC friend and supporter, Slappy Joe, the bard of our comment section. He was an awesome dude, really enjoyed hanging out with him, and he brought me a couple of beers, including this Heady Topper. This is the Heady Topper is the other kind of beer. This is the Focal Banger from the Alchemist in Vermont. And they're like some of the pioneers of the IPA style. And they tell you to drink it from the can. So I am gonna drink it from the can like a Philistine. And it says, drink this beer today, you could be dead tomorrow. So this one, cheers to Slappy Joe. Do you wanna try it, John? It's a rare beer, you can't just get it anyway. I'll pour you a 1. Cheers. It's good, it's good. So thanks, Slappy Joe. Good to meet you. All right, our quote-unquote beef crumbles are now in a cooked way. Our onions are becoming translucent. So we're gonna add some other stuff to this. And the choice, you can make your own choices, because by agreeing to the YouTube terms, you are either an adult or you have your parents' permission to make your own choices. So I'm gonna put beans in this. Beans. Now the beans, it might be the most common to use like a ranch style beans, which are like pinto beans, but I'm gonna use kidney beans. I like kidney beans. It's probably like the least Southwest bean, but that's what we're using today. I like it. And in addition, we're gonna add some tomato sauce. This is a can of tomato sauce, a little 8-ounce can. This is my enchilada sauce today, with no chilies, just tomatoes. But hey, guess what? I put chili powder. A lot of it in there. Now, I'm gonna do something which I like to do, which is I've been making fun of Rotel in recent episodes, and how people are always like, you could upgrade that recipe by using Rotel. And I'm like, shut up, that's dumb. But I think this one makes sense. You should use Rotel. So this is classic Rotel with chilies, aka a salsa that just doesn't have onions. And hey, guess what? We put onions in there. So is this chili? Yes, that's what this is. We made a chili. Okay, let's put some corn in it. That's right, corn. Absolutely optional. But again, if you're making this dish, you're probably a mom, you're probably a dad, and your family. If you are cooking for your family, I swear to God, this is like, these things go hand in hand. The person who cooks is the person who thinks that everyone else needs to eat more vegetables. And that's why we're putting corn in this. Because my family needs to eat more vegetables. I eat plenty of vegetables. I ain't got no problems with that. But my family, they need to eat more vegetables. So we're gonna add some corn. All right, let me get a fabulous children's tasting spoon. I'm just using this because I think it will be funny. Oh, that's good. Tastes good. You know what I think it needs? More chili powder. Chili powder, most of it, is not very spicy. If you think basic chili powder is spicy, you need to go on a quest for fire. You need to train your palate, because chili powder is not spicy. Other than in the sense that it is a spice, but it's not very hot. All right. I think I'm gonna let this cook down. Just a couple minutes, not too terribly long. And what will we do now? We'll wait a couple minutes. We'll be back. Well, yeah, we'll be back. All right, I'm feeling apprehensive, you know, a little nervous about my Frito base. So I'm gonna hit my base with the masher. And I don't think I really need to do this, but my idea is that I'll have more room for the chili and stuff. And this Frito base is kind of gonna get a little mushy anyway, so I just think it'll be done this way. All right, here's my chili, which I am dumping into the pot pan casserole, and I'm gonna spread it out like so. And I feel good that I broke them up. As you can see that we're already starting to get to the top. We're all the way up. What's that smell like to you, John?
Smells like chili.
Chili powder, that's right. that's today's special ingredient. I'm gonna do the same thing for the top Fritos. I'm just gonna break them up in a bag. All right. Now we got two options, okay? So we could cheese it and then put the crunchy bits, or we could crunchy bits and then cheese it. My logic is that putting the crunchy bits on the top will not compromise the melt of the cheese. So I'm gonna do the cheese on the bottom. And I'm gonna use Monterey Jack today instead of cheddar. You should not sleep on the Monterey Jack cheese. It's an objectively delicious shredded cheese. I like it. It is good. But you're getting excited for that secret ingredient twist. Supposed to use like 2 cups of cheese, which is a bag of cheese. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I think we can get it all on there. This is slightly more than the recommended amount of cheese, but you know, I'm an adult. I can do what I want. All right, and then here's our Frito topping. I don't know if you know this, but Frito is derived from the word freedom. The freedom chips.
I call bullshit.
Oh no. All right, here's the big secret ingredient reveal. Turbos Flamas, made by, an authentic flavors of Latin America. And they're made by Frito-Lay. So these are in fact flaming hot Fritos in fun shapes. Look at that, wow. So we are gonna garnish our Frito pie with some Turbos Flamas for a depth of Frito flavor. These taste almost identical to Takis. Look what's happening to my hand. There's a possibility that I pop this in the oven and these all just burn on top, and that would be pretty funny. All right, let's pop this bad boy in the oven. It should take 18 to 20 minutes, so 20 minutes at 350. And we will be back after this word from Arthur. What do you think, bud? It's time to pull the casserole. And here is our Frito pie with extra toasty Turbos Flamas. Now, if you were to serve this immediately, you would burn your butt and your mouth, but we might do that anyways. But I just want to show you as I kind of like dig in. Here, it's very thick, somewhat cohesive. It kind of looks like maybe I didn't put enough liquid for that to be super juicy, but I also don't care. If you're wondering why my child is whining a bit in the back, he's just hungry. He's just a hungry boy. So the fact that I can get out a scoop of this makes me happy. And similar to taco night, you can prepare some toppings or some accompaniments for your Frito pie. There's some avocado, there's some green onions. I also chopped some white onion if anyone would prefer that, but I think it will be more aesthetically pleasing and also quite tasty. I've got some pickled onions here, which we will use as well. And I will acknowledge that if you were to say like the average PGC episode, what does it look like? It is something like this, where it is like vaguely Mexican and has avocado and pickled onions on it. I'm self-aware, I know. AI-generated PGC would look something like this. Also, this would be good with some sour cream. I'll probably put that on the side for dipping. And I might add some hot sauce as well. And there's our Frito pie. Let's try it. Take our fancy stuff off the top. You know what? To me, it actually reminds me the most of those marching or walking tacos that you get at like sports events and stuff. Really the only thing that's missing for my preferred flavor would be that hot sauce. And of course I can add that. But you know, it basically tastes like just like a good Frito dip. Some of the bottom Fritos are actually softened up quite nicely. I actually think this texture is really good. Nothing is truly soggy. It's more like softened, but there's still a little bit of bite to the bottom part. And even though this is probably not that healthy of a dish, it doesn't actually taste that unhealthy. I'll also comment that you could tell me this was beef, I would have no idea that it's pork. Quite nice, I like it. Another, another Tex-Mex casserole, one for the scrapbook. All right, well, I like that. And I also think that the occasional flavor bomb of Red 5 food coloring can only enhance it and give that signature Frito burrito taste. In closing, I'd make that again. That's like a pretty wholesome, not too healthy, but that's a crowd pleaser meal. Good for the family. You can feel good about feeding your family corn, I guess. And that's that. I'm excited to eat that. If you like what we're doing on the show, if you like it, then I am happy for you. And we'll see you next time on PGC. Bye-bye.